All right, so check it out. Oh my God. So this is it. I'm telling you, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Well, you guys already know I'm crazy. I just don't dig the sound of the Axe effects in the loop of the amps. There's something just anemic about it. There's like one patch that I like. So I've got the cables here. I can patch it in if I absolutely need that patch, but I went and bought back the H90 that I returned. And I walked in the music store, and those guys know me. I said, all right. So I'm not even going to tell you guys I'm crazy because you already know. But I promise you, I won't return it this time. They're like, no, man, if you want to return it, you can return it. I'm like, all right. Well, I'm not going to because I just couldn't bring myself to it. Because there's something about it that I do like, and so here's a thought on one thing. One thing that I noticed that they both don't do well in these loop situations is things like rotary and stuff, because it's really not for that kind of thing. It's not really like stereo loop. It's really better if it's in front. I tried the Mobius in the loop, which it's been in the loop, and then I tried it in front. It's okay in front. It's for what I want. This is the Mobius in front with the chorus sound. Here it is in front, same exact sound. Yeah, it feels super mono. Even though it's left and right, it loses that thing. And then the trem is the same thing. So here's the trem in the loop with the Mobius. And then in front. Yeah, I mean, it's all right with the trem, but definitely not feeling. So it's all in the loop. So what I've got now is I've got the Big Sky MX, the Timeline, the Mobius, and the H90 in the loop. I've taken out the Fractal. The other thing I did notice about the Fractal, it was killing the sound a little bit. So I had to, even with everything on 10 on the front, I had to turn up the output. I don't know. It was weirding out the imaging. The imaging sounds better without the Fractal in the loop. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know exactly why, but it does. So let me just check my levels. I've got everything off. We are good. So I'm going to run through this a little bit. I'm starting a pop record, a full 10 songer, and yeah, there you go. So we're good. Okay. Adios mios. All right. So yeah, that's good. Oh, it's actually here. That's what So PT100 on the left, which is this way for you. Mark 5 on the right. Panned. And here's that Mobius chorus. That is just glorious. Now, I love the rotary and the Mobius, but it doesn't work in this kind of setting. So what I'm doing here is, check this out. I was messing with this. So if I come out bus 7, 8, now the guitars are coming out to this aux here, which I just threw. I have this old H9 rotary. That's, that'll work. It's, yeah. Could maybe even put a little after it, a little EQ. Just to give it a little top, because it does lose a little bit of something. So you know what? If I want rotary, I'm going to use the plug-in. So, and I didn't check, I didn't like mess with it. I just used a preset that was called whatever, Whirling Dervish. There you go, Whirling Dervish. So if I want rotary, that's fine. I mean, that's a sound that's not really as common anymore. So we'll bypass that again. Now we're going back. So a little Big Sky. That is just the most amazing sounding thing to me. Going from the regular Big Sky to the MX is the feeling of going from a really good reverb plugin to like a Lexicon 480 or like a Bricasti, where it's like, it's this whole other thing. And then a little bit of dual. My main things with the Mobius is the chorus, the trem. And those are probably two of the most popular ones. And then the vibe one. Wow, okay, now with the speed up, you're getting a little bit... Oh wait, where am I at? Did I mess this up? Oh wait, 5. Oh no, I messed up. So those are really the three main ones in here that work. Again, mostly chorus and trem. But that's a huge bunch of stuff. Now we turn everything off. We turn everything off. And yeah, the H9, I just brought in some setting, just tape quarter, dotted eighth. Then I just set up a little H3000, a little split harmonizer. A little bit of that quarter delay on timeline. A little of MX. Yeah. So, and then if I shut all this, let me make sure. I got to do the spillover on this. I'll figure it out. So if I was to come here and go, put this in I mode, fire this up, put that in I mode. Now we'll do that same thing, that dotted eighth, but with the timeline. No matter what I do with the H90, I can't get that feeling out of it. There's a thing, a 3D thing to let me click off this and click back on this. This is the dotted eighth on let's go 60 on the not so much more wet mix. There we go. Okay, so there's a 3D kind of a thing, an envelopment that I feel when I'm playing with that timeline. So here is now the dotted eighth note in the H90. Dotted eighth, Strymon timeline. Let me try one more thing. A little more volume on the echo. Oh my god. I'll try that. This is turn it on. Let's go back to 50s. And I've got this very much straight up in the middle. Alright, so here is the dotted eighth with the even time. Yeah, that's better. Timeline. That's ridiculous. Okay, so so this is really the only series of videos that I've seen where people are really doing this eventide, getting sounds, Strymons, and Axe effects. So it's a unique experience. I mean, I've probably overextended my welcome with it, but it's for my, my own thing. So that's it. I don't want that fractal in this loop. If I want the split harmonizer, I suspect that with a little bit of tweaking of the H90, I'll be fine. I mean, it's not, it doesn't matter. Whatever sound I get is the sound I get. I'm not like chasing anything, you know? So one of my old students from LA is on tour. His band is named Rooney. And he is playing keyboards and piano and Rooney. And they are opening up for ELO. And he got me 4 comps. So I'm taking my wife and 2 kids to see ELO and Rooney. It's their first concert, the kids. They've never been to one. Also, yeah, so, right. And my kids love ELO, right? Because ELO, a number of these bands have had big resurgence with kids because they're either on video game music or they're like Marvel Comics, and there's a bunch of the DC or Marvel or whatever, Hulk or whatever, is using a bunch of those ELO songs. So we've been listening to a lot of ELO the last couple of years. Like ELO, they use like Queen. There's a bunch of these things, right? Like in Thor Ragnarok, you know, they come from the land of they use the Immigrant Song. And my kids love that song. So anyway, so we're going to a concert tonight with my kids. This is going to be weird, man. Whoa. Steinman. H90. Yeah. Yeah, that timeline is ill. Peace out.